Okay, y'all got me back in this chair again to talk about this show. So let's see what's going on with episode 3. Hey guys, it's Quana back again with another recap. This time to talk about episode 3 of Beauty in Black. This is a Netflix soap opera brought to us from the mind of Tyler Perry. I paused on that one because you can't play me, Tyler. Detecting a little bit of chat GTP up in here. But we're going to get into this because you guys have been in my comments saying, sis, you claimed you were dropping episode 3 in the episode 2 video. Where is it? So I'm going to try to give it to you guys quick and fast because I have things to do. And this show is taking me through. After all of the drama, after Kimmie put herself in that truck and drove Mr. Old Man Daddy home, she finds out that he is the matriarch, the patriarch of the Bellarie family. And you guys will remember that Bellarie is the family that is running the whole Beauty in Black business that she went to in the first episode to try and get a scholarship. She didn't get the scholarship, but what she got is a whole lot of drama. She got a old man daddy on the DL trying to get some, and now she has uncovered that not only is he the daddy of the man who she has been being pimped out to, but that the man who she has been pimped out by worked. What a tangled web Mr. Tyler Perry is weaving there. She finds out that Angel, you remember Angel because he was the one who got them all tangled up in this mess in the first place, stole old man daddy, whose name is Horace, stole his watch. And she is like, OMG, I gotta go get that. Because it wouldn't be much, I don't think, if this was just some wealthy old man. But now knowing that Jules is entangled with him, she's worried about Jules being on that behind. So she goes to confront Angel for stealing him. And he is like, if he's rich, if he got like that, this little watch is not going to hurt him. He didn't give the watch to his baby mama. And she's like, no, he will come and kill us. Don't you understand? He is the big boss man. He is the ultimate pimp to the pimp. And we don't want that kind of smoke. So we got to figure out how to get him this watch back as soon as possible, or else Jules is going to be on us. And it won't. When he realizes that Molly using danger, girl, he tells his baby mama to get the watch back. And she acts like she doesn't want to. Girl, don't you know he will come and shoot up this whole place with you and your baby in it? Jules, then we see, cut to Jules, and he's at the hospital where we see Norman, played by none other than the Richard Lawson, who is at the hospital because it was his wife who was hit and run over by Mallory and then run over again by Roy. Whew, child, this is a lot. How you don't know your whole auntie? You don't know what your auntie looks like, boy? Anyway, okay, I guess we can excuse him because he was drunk. But apparently, Norman is the one to be afraid of. Jules goes to quiet things down because he has been entangled in all of this as well. He didn't check the DNA either. And so he wants to know who drove down the private road because it had to have been someone from the family. So who hit my wife? We bounce back over to our girl Kimmie, where Body and Daga show up, aka Ronnie. And they show up to take Kimmie to breakfast, aka beat her down. Body is getting on my nerves because you want to be the head HBIC so daggone bad that you're not even thinking all the way through. This girl is scared of you, but she's scared of Jules, and so are you. What happened to the enemy of my enemy is my friend. There is no solidarity amongst women in this show. So she gets stomped down, so then she has to go to the hospital. The main place that they have said, do not go to the hospital, but she has to go because she's got a bruised rib. And when we finally get some actual, sharp, old school acting talent on the screen with the Debbie Morgan, who I love her and her dimples. We found out that she is Horace's ex-wife, and she walks in a bad white suit because she's at a church. We don't know if she is the first lady of the church. What is her role? And Richard Lawson is there. He wants to know which one of your bad behind kids ran over my. He's crying. He's sad. He's sitting in the church. She's kind of acting like she's afraid of him. She's trying to assure him that none of her boys would do that. And he's like, they better not have. Who are you talking to? Okay. I guess, Tyler just wanted an excuse to use this pair together yet again. Richard Lawson and his act. It was working for me in Divorcing the Black. It is not working for me here. I'm so sorry. So Kimmie goes to the hospital because of her bruised ribs, and she gets a chance to see Rain. She decides, okay, well, they're not going to see me. They're going to make me wait. Let me go check on my girl, Rain. Listen, I get so triggered when it comes to Black women in hospitals, and it did not help that those Black nurses were kiki and laughing at the fact that Rain's whole behind was leaking, okay? Like, they ain't never seen a botched BBL before, and they just think it's the funniest thing. And where is the decorum, okay? At least we had one Black nurse who was like, y'all need to pipe down, but I really wanted her to go all the way off. Kimmie goes to see Rain, and we find out that she's suffering from clots, and that the doctors, well, the nurses have told her that she's basically going to die, that the clots are going to move into her lungs and she's going to die. But where are the doctors? They ain't no doctors. What? It's America. Ain't no doctors. We're in a shortage of medical professionals. Sorry for you. It's a whole hot mess. And then we get these scenes that almost made me turn off my television and throw my whole shoe at it. Olivia pulls up down the private drive to a beautiful house, where we then turn and see somebody with a bare whole behind out, full naked, getting it in, okay? No discretion. It's her youngest son, Charles. Now, this is the question I have for Tyler, okay? I don't mind schmexual scenes in media. It happens. It's a part of life. But what possessed you to decide to put this man's full cheeks on display and have what I am assuming maybe a dark sock swinging underneath? Why did we need to see that? I was not even trying to be that close to my screen to know that that's what's happening. We just did not need to see it. This was so much more. He took that scene from Swarm with Chloe Bailey and Idris Elba. Damson Idris. And he said, I see you're 20. I raise you 25. Like, that's what he did there. I just don't understand. So she rolls up to her son and it's like, what are you doing? And he is still getting it in. He ain't slowed. He ain't stopped. He's like, Mama, what you doing here? And he's still stroking. Like, what? That is your mom. I am done. She, of course, accuses him of driving down the private drive and perhaps potentially killing his auntie. She goes to check out the vehicles to see if any of them look like they've been dented, and they don't look like they've been dented. So it doesn't look like it was Charles. We meet back up with Miss Mallory, who already had gotten a phone call earlier in that day from Jules to find out that it was the auntie who had gotten hit. And she's at the company being mean as all get out to her assistant yet again, and just being all around, like, we know that she is really the HBIC up in this piece. And we find out that Olivia is there as well to question. And then we see that Charles shows up as well. They're going to be having a board meeting. Charles shows up to work. He questions Roy. This is where we get a little bit more backstory exposition about the fact that they hate their daddy. I'm just trying to figure out, like, don't nobody in this family like each other? Like, dang. I guess they said if white people can hate each other in the family, so can Black people. But you don't like nobody? My God. Like, what in the world? Like, the brothers don't like each other either? Like, what is it? What happened? I need more backstory. And not just told in exposition. Like, what happened to a good fashion, like, flashback? This is where I need Tyler to, like, up his filmmaking, because this story is messy. Messy stories exist, but it could be better if we could get like a good flashback. And Kimmie, we've gotten flashbacks for Kimmie. We got the flashbacks of how she met Rain and being at the broke down Walmart, all the things. Why can't we get a flashback of Charles and Roy as kids to understand like their dynamic as kids that led to them hating each other as adults and why they hate their parents? Why can't we get that? Why can't we get that, Tyler? Like, I don't understand. Like, tell the story you want to tell, but like, it's good storytelling. Anyway, they hate their daddy. So Charles tries to give Roy some drugs to help him get a pick-me-up because obviously he's crashing from the drugs he's already on. When he announces that their auntie was hit by a car and their mama is there to question Mallory, and he goes and runs. And I'm just wondering why Charles doesn't pick up on the fact that, like, obviously he knows something, because why would Olivia gives some exposition to Mallory about why she left the company, but she doesn't say why. She just says, I left the company to get away from all this stuff, and Norman is going to come after everybody because you know how dangerous he is, and his wife been hit. Richard Lawson in this movie is giving crybaby teddy bear. I don't know why they think he's dangerous, and if it's because Jules maybe did some stuff and said it was Norman, but it's just not clicking for me why he's so dangerous, why everybody is afraid of him. I don't know. But I don't know why Olivia would try to, quote unquote, warn Mallory and reiterate something that Mallory probably already knows of why I left this company because he's so dangerous, without actually saying what is so dangerous about him. Like, I'm just not getting it. Like, I get the mystery of it all, but like, we don't know anything to suggest that this man is actually dangerous. We've had Horace say he's dangerous, but then we've seen Horace be a whole butthole to his whole family. So like, now I don't even believe anything old man Daddy-O said back in episode 2. So now what little bit of empathy I had for him, I hate him. I hate everybody. Tyler, what are we doing? I hate everybody in this show as of this point. Like, Rain and Kimmie are the only people I like. I hate everybody. Throw the whole family away, okay? Kimmie goes on to try to tell Rain about what is going on, and Rain doesn't understand because Kimmie don't know how to tell a good story, okay? Like, why are you making this so complicated? And it's because people don't know how to talk to each other. They don't know how to, like, just say, this is what happened, speak plainly. Like, you're over here being covert. Just say, look, you know how Jules is our pimp? Well, I got picked up by this old guy, and I tried to hook him up with Angel, and Angel tried to steal his watch, but I felt bad for him, so I drove him home. When I drove him home, he was rich, and I found out he's the man who runs the company that I went to go get the scholarship from. And not only that, I saw a picture of him and Jules, because him and Jules is like that, which means we not working for Jules, we working for him. Like, why can't you just say it like, but you can't. I understand, Kimmie. I understand. So Rain don't understand what's going on. And then Jules shows up at the hospital to pick up Kimmie and threatens her life. What's going on? Again, it just doesn't make any sense. And we get back to the Bellarie company where they're having the board meeting to try to find out what they're going to do about all these women who are suing because they got cancer from the bad chemicals and their products. And the whole family is fighting. Everybody in the family. And they don't have to kick out the financial people and everything because the whole family is fighting, and only the lawyer can stay in the room because I guess confidentiality clauses, he can't say nothing. So it don't matter that Daddy is reading a text of Charles trying to hook up with a dude, and the fact that he's trying to get his rocks off. And it's like, self-hatred much, Daddy-O? Self-hatred much? And then Norman shows up and it's like, who'd up ran over my wife? Y'all, this show is taking me through. I done promised y'all episode 4. Again, I can't promise you. Y'all got to get in these comments and convince me, why should I come back? And if you've already watched all 8 episodes, good on you. Get in the comments. Explain to me why I should keep watching, because as of right now, I am stressed out because Kimmie is the only character who has an ounce of decency, and she pissing me off because she don't know how to communicate clearly. And I guess I want to find out if Rain lives or dies. But let me know in the comments what you thought about episode 3. No spoilers, please, but you can certainly try to convince me to keep watching. I will bring out episode 4 as promised, and I'll see you guys in the next. Toodles.